Hello everybody and welcome back to Theme Park Coastin, and today we are over here at Walt Disney World for a very exciting hotel vlog, because across the last 14 days we have been staying at the stunning Coronado Springs right behind me. And in this video we are going to be giving you a full in-depth tour of the hotel, as well as giving you many tips and tricks and a review of our stay. But honestly, I absolutely love this hotel. It has been a phenomenal place to stay, and we've been located right in the centre of Disney World. Transport has been so easy. But with me today we've got no other than Adam, as well as my dad, who may be joining us later on. But in this video, the way it's going to work is we're going to give you a quick tour of reception right away. We are then going to head around the room, showing you and giving you many tips and tricks around there. And then that is followed by us returning a little bit later on in the day, just before we do go home, to give you a final tour of the entire resort, showing you all the pools as well as facilities that there are. And trust me guys, there is a volleyball court, but it is not easy. But with no further ado, let's start off our tour by heading into reception. Okay, and as we walk past the valet parking just down there, we have made it to the reception slash the main lobby area of the Gran Destino Tower. And this is absolutely stunning. For anyone who have made hotel hops here before, this is a new addition towards Coronado Springs, with the old entrance being just down that corridor, and we will show you that a little bit later on. However, I think here's the right time to mention how this hotel works. And in this hotel there are mainly 4 blocks. You've got the Gran Destino Tower, the Cabanas, as well as the Ranchos and Casitas. And all of those make up this stunning hotel, and we'll be showing you around all of these. However, as you can probably guess, the Gran Destino Tower is definitely the grandest of them all, with it looking just like this. And you've been able to get around the top floor, get an amazing view across not only the hotel, but some of the amazing parks that this hotel is surrounded by. But as far as the reception goes, there is an awful lot of seating area with some awesome Mexican style designs throughout. You can see there's only desks to put your work on, as well as a few elevators and even a lounge that we'll be touring around in a bit. But one thing that definitely makes it for me, and especially in the modern day of technology, you have got USB plugs just down here, as well as a normal American adapter, meaning that if you want to take your work up here in the morning if your family's asleep, or you just want to stay in this beauty and look around the hotel, you can bring up your gadgets, charge them up before your exciting day over at Walt Disney World. And if you make your way just around here, you have got the main reception of this hotel just down there. You can see your people there, and they're all really friendly. Later on in the day they have someone standing there as well, just over next to that plant pot there, who will give you any quick advice or guide you over towards a receptionist for a more detailed thing. But we've had so many different things that we've wanted to ask, and you can do it via the phone, but in some instances, for example, we wanted to change our date on the ticket to Epcot's Magic Kingdom, and they were very quick and efficient for doing that for us. However, when you do arrive to the hotel, our first tip of the day is you don't actually have to go into reception, because if you're arriving late like we did and you're shattered, you just want to get to the room. And with this hotel being so humongous, if you arrive to the hotel and just want to go to sleep, you can use it by the online check-in, and all it takes is some very quick and easy details. It will then give you a room number, and your key will be automatically added to your phone, making it so easy throughout your stay just to check in, quickly get in your room, and save the hassle of going to reception. Now if you want to go to reception, they're all nice and friendly, as I just said, and they will be happy to deal with absolutely anything you may have. But this is very impressive as an entrance, I've got to say. I know you agree too. Oh yeah, definitely. It's so nice. I mean, literally, like, it's, I mean, as you said, this is like the newest part of course, Coronado Springs, and you know, it definitely looks amazing. Of course, all the patterns down, and it does feel like you're sort of in Mexico a little bit. So. Yeah, it does. Like I said, this is clarified as a moderate resort, so it's above value. However, it is below, of course, deluxe. However, I would argue that the Gran Destino Tower is a deluxe resort, because it is new. It is very fancy, and compared to the rest of the resort, I'm not saying the rest of it is bad. I actually prefer personally the rest of the resort. I like going to the lobby, but I prefer the rest of it. But as it is very deluxe, I could argue that this part here, in my eyes, is a little bit deluxe, to be honest with you. However, it does not stop here, over here in reception. And if you make our way past some even more USB plugs and past reception, you make it down this very grand staircase over towards this main area, which does not only feature even more seating to hang out on. I know when Jayden's family was over here, we did hang out a lot down here, having a drink over from the bar, which is just down there, and experiencing the hotel in all of its glory. But if you are leaving at, I don't know, an awkward time like 10 o'clock, which we're not, so we're going to get in the park this morning, but if you're leaving at an awkward time at like 10 o'clock, there's nothing wrong with just sitting in here, grabbing a drink from just down there, and really nice experience.
Behind as well,
I know.
It's so cool. Like, it's literally seems different, you know.
I know, literally, you're surrounded by this feeling. It's very, very stunning. I know some of you might be watching it and go, really? A moderate hotel? And yeah, it is. It is very, very impressive, and it only gets better as we do leave this tower. But even some hidden Mickey and Walt Disney up there. I say hidden. I absolutely love those details that Disney do put into their hotels, because you get those Disney touches, but without feeling over Disneyfied. That's my favourite.
I mean, I'm happy to go over Disneyfied, but I know a lot of people wouldn't be. So like, they do it well.
So you could argue if you want to go over Disneyfied because something like art of animation, that's jam-packed with Disney stuff. So like, and if you want to have like pretty much no Disney, go somewhere more like Grand Floridian, because that hasn't got a lot. However, over here, you'll notice in our room as well, you have got some Disney stuff, but also you have got the nice Mexican theme and feeling as if you are really on holiday. And there you go, from a quick look inside the reception. We'll quickly make our way down here. Once again, we'll be showing you all of these facilities later on in the video. However, I wanted to give you a quick tour around reception as we go around the hotel. But right now, I think it's time to make our way across the lake over towards our room over at the Cabanas, which is, funny enough, just down there. And after a quick walk from the Grand Destino Tower, we have made it to our room number 8861 over in the Cabanas. And I do want to point out, before we do continue the room tour, that we are very, very lucky with our location. Now, of course, not all of the rooms are located right next to the Grand Destino Tower, the main lobby area of this hotel. And therefore, around the hotel, there are 4 different bus stops to be able to get you all to your favourite parks. And therefore, I think it is now time for a quick tip. And that is, if you are staying in either the Grand Destino Tower, the Cabanas like us, or the Ranchos, and you are heading to the park at a busy time of the day, so around 7 o'clock in the morning, or getting back at around 11 o'clock in the evening, we would suggest going over towards the Casitas, just down there. You can see if we'll show you a little bit later on, because that bus heads around that route like this and stops at us the second to last, with the Grand Destino Tower being its last stop. And therefore, if the bus is full, it means you won't be able to get on it, and due to it leaving every 20 minutes and you not being able to walk or take any other transport to the parks apart from Blizzard Beach that you can walk to, it can get very hard to get on a bus if you're not going to the first stop. So that's a quick suggestion from us that we learned across a few days. But with no further ado, let's show you inside of a room. And to get into the room, you can either use your magic band or your phone or Adam, which can only open the door for you. And as you do enter into a room right now, it has got a very well themed 3 Caballeros theme towards it, which is one of our favourite rides over at Epcot.
Fiesta Tour, like, it's one of the best rides out there.
So it's an awesome theme with the room. Of course, it's got a Mexican theme, but as I said, the Disney touches that you will notice inside of the room. And you have got a little seat here to start off with, a nice window. If you do get a corner one, you're actually finding enough to get 2 windows, which are quite cool as well.
Yeah, and like, the room's so smaller as well.
Exactly, but it's quite cool as well at the same time. And you may go through here, like a normal standard room, you've got 2 double beds, a giant size, and I literally cannot describe how nice it is to lie down on a Disney bed after a long day at the park. It's just a shame you have to wake up so early, because it is so nice, the beds, and you look forward to it on every single Disney trip.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they're not the comfiest things.
They are literally so comfy. I can't describe how comfy they are.
However Disney's perfect with everything else, like theme parks, that's how they are with, like,
yeah, they're literally perfect with beds. It's just unbelievable. That's one of the reasons why we do book a Disney hotel, is because we know we're guaranteed to get a good night's sleep. But in addition to that, in the room, you've got your standard room facilities, like a little ice machine thing over here, which you can fill up via the ice machine. You've got a coffee machine here, some cups and pods and everything like that. As well,
cables.
Yeah, you don't go with cables, there are cables, guys. In addition to that, you have got a fridge, that we have definitely made the most of across our last few days over here at the hotel, with us picking up a lot of food from over at Walmart and using it as our snacks in the morning, because as we show you around the restaurant a little bit later on, it is definitely not cheap. In addition to that, we have also got a lot of lighting, as well as to have that over here in the room, as well as a fan, which currently did not work for us actually, so we couldn't use the fan. However, the AC over here definitely packed a punch as well, because that is a really good AC. In addition to that, alongside the beds, you've also got way more plugs. I mean, I love how many sockets and plugs there are in the hotel, as well as a little phone area here, a drawer over here with the Bible in, as well as through here you have got a safe, which of course is not huge, but it can definitely fit your stuff in here, which is really great at the same time. Making your way around here though, you have got the TV, and it's got a lovely message to your family when you do enter. And as you can see, we were watching the fireworks on the castle last night, making us, let's just say, a little bit sad because we're leaving today. But we have also got many drawers, a seat over there so you can work on the laptop if you're over here. However, personally, I'd be in the park to follow you guys. In addition to a bin, which I've got to say, you can probably tell, is a little bit small for us, hence why we have got that, but it has got recycling as well as a normal trash section. And I want to point out, when we stay over here, they did not clean the rooms every day. When they did clean them, they were amazing, and those little touches, like they put like a little Mickey on the tab, did a bow last night, they laid out all of the tables and everything. It just made it really, really nice for us. However, the cleaning is not every single day, so be prepared of that. However, in addition to that, through here and these lovely sliding doors here, once again following that really nice Mexican theme, you've made it over towards the bathroom area. And hello guys over there, that's me over there. And then inside of here, you have got a cupboard with an ironing board, an iron, as well as some hangers to hang up your clothes. However, it can be quite hard to dry the clothes unless you go towards the washers near the pool. In addition to that, you've got another bin down there, which really once again have filled up. In addition to even more little cupboards over here, making it perfect if you're heading for a long stay like we have, as well as some shelves, some towels, as well as some more cupboard areas just down here. And I want to point out as well, whilst we're over here, with as the towels goes, each of the hotel pools have got their own towel sections. So if you're going to a pool, you don't want to bring in these towels unless you really want to. However, inside of here, you have also got two sinks, as well as a little bathroom area, which is a little bit dark, we'll turn it all on. I think the fan's going to turn on right now too. But you have basically got another toilet, as well as a bath just down here with those famous Disney soaps, which apparently I've read somewhere is not going to continue for much longer for H2O anymore. Which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. But only remaining H2O soaps in the hotel, as well as two shower heads, one of course is detachable, and one of which is permanent, as well as the bathtub just down there. And I think that covers most of it from inside of this hotel room, and we're going to end it with one little tip before we head off over towards the parks and see you back here as we tour the remaining amount of the hotel. And trust me guys, there is an awful lot to cover. But as our quick tip from over here in the room, if you're going not only towards America, not only towards Disney, but anywhere that is a foreign country for you, of course we're from the UK, so America counts under this, we recommend, if you're heading, instead of buying loads of travel adapters like these, which of course you need to get one at least to also plug into the plugs over there, unless you're only using USBs, we would highly suggest getting an extension cable, which then you can plug into the adapter, meaning you don't just have one adapter, you actually have four, so, or if you've got more, even more. So that's a little tip for you guys if you are coming over here, because it makes it a lot more helpful and it does save you a little bit of money at the same time. So there you go for my room over here at the hotel, and I hope you have enjoyed a little tour around it. But next up is the giant resort. I will be taking you around it, showing you everything, but one last thing to point out, all the rooms are the same around the 3 blocks, so be prepared of that. And of course, Grandestino Tower is the only one that's different, so if it's any other 3, it will look just like this, and we know that because James stayed in the Ranchos and his room was the exact same. And after an amazing half a day at the park, we have made it back towards our hotel. And I think it is a perfect time to mention the location before looking around the facilities, as this hotel is located smack bang in the middle of Disney World, meaning that no matter whether you are heading to Animal Kingdom down one end, Magic Kingdom down the other end, or any of the resort hotels, this hotel is absolutely perfect. And when we recently hotel hopped around the Magic Kingdom resort area to hotels like Grand Floridian and Wilderness Lodge, one thing we definitely noticed is that it is a long way to go down to Animal Kingdom, and especially if you're trying to get there as early as you can for those magic hours, it can get a lot more hard. However, this hotel here, it's around a 10 to 20 minute drive no matter where you go, which is really awesome, despite of course you not being able to walk around. But as far as the facilities go of a hotel, of course it is designed for not 1 or 2 nights, but for an entire 2-week or 3-week vacation, and therefore it has got an awful lot of stuff. And around the whole resort, it's got a whole mile stretch of path that will be taking you around, full of many activities, pools, and so much more. But to start from the beginning at the Gran Destino Tower, as we showed you earlier, there is a bar down there, and if you follow your way right up the lift to the top floor, you can see the little balcony up there, and it's not rooms, but actually it is another bar and restaurant, which, similar to the contemporary California bar at the top, you'll be able to sit there, get some amazing views across the lake. Unfortunately, you will not be able to get fireworks. When we go to this one over in a sec, just down there, you can actually watch the fireworks from there or over Epcot. But it is such a nice area to sit up and enjoy. But unfortunately, with it being closed at the moment, we cannot currently do that. But then that does not worry at all, because down here in the main lawn area of the Gran Destino Tower, in the morning there's often yoga classes down here, which we do spot when walking into the park. In addition to that, there is so much seating and stuff surrounding this stunning lake over here, as well as that if you make your way just around here, there are so many games, including football pool, which I don't think I've ever seen before at a hotel, some mini drafts, as well as chess, and a lovely fire pit to finish it off, in addition to the many seating around here. And no matter whether you come in the morning, the middle of the day, or the evening, there's so many things for you to do over here. And sitting down, don't need to worry on a seat. There is a lot of seating options, and as we make our way down there at the end of our tour of the Grand Lake, we'll show you some more restaurants and areas to look at. But there you go, from a quick look at the surrounding area of the Gran Destino Tower. And especially if you're staying in the tower and manage to get near the bottom around those floors down there, you'll be able to literally walk out into all of this, play a few games in the evening, and really relax. But one thing I want to point out as well whilst we're here is that each zone has a different sort of activity. So for example, here is much more like a little mini game sort of thing, it's like in a smaller space. Whereas our hotel, the Cabanas, you've got much more like hammocks, and you've got like other little games around here. So it's all different depending on where you go. So we have to take a little bit around before and try putting all the different games around there, so that's really cool.
It's really nice, because like, it makes you feel like you're a little bit more in the culture of Mexico and like everything like that. And so to point out is, there's hardly any shade, so if you do not like the heat, it's probably not best to keep on walking around this place, because there's literally no shade. Because obviously they want to make you feel like you're in Mexico, and I know Mexico probably doesn't have a lot of shade, so that's what it feels like. And
we're currently filming it in the middle of the day, so we are a little bit hot at the moment.
Well, I just want to point out that the rooms always stay really cool. It's always like really cold and everything. Once you get to the rooms, it's just nice temperature. Yeah, in addition to that, I only noticed when I left the hotel, you reminded me just then, but if you look back at our video when I showed you this house and the bathroom, the cleaners made it into Little Hidden Mickey, which is really awesome. I didn't even see it when I was filming it. And Mum pointed it out to us, so we were like, oh, that's really cool. But there's our room just down there, and here we are at the Cabanas, and you can see why the Cabanas too, but this is a very different area. So for example, you've got this lovely sand beach. Fun fact, this is actually from the Polynesian. They moved the sand over and they made the sand like this from the wave machine in the Polynesia, making it the colour that it is, as well as those little deck chairs, and they are mega comfy, trust me. A little game, I think it's bowls, but to be honest, we were just trying to chuck the balls at each other. But like, we're not very good at it, whatever it is.
As well as lots of speakers around here. And I want to point out as well, while we're here as well, is that there is a netting down there, and the netting is down there for a reason. And I'm going to zoom into it right now, because this hotel is full of many lakes and grasslands. there is obviously a chance of alligators and snakes, and therefore I think it's quite obvious to see, but we'll mention it just in case. Do not go into a river, go into the designated pools that they've made. Don't be stupid, basically. There's not a fence around all of it, so, but don't think, oh, because there's not a fence there, we can go in there.
Yeah,
that's not how it works.
Also, first point out is that, I mean, even though like that sign's up here, it is up at all the Disney Resort hotels.
Yes.
So don't think that this one is like alligators like everywhere in this hotel, because we haven't actually seen any, we haven't seen any snakes or anything like that.
No.
So they are all hotels, just obviously it's a caution or whatever. But yeah, that's
as a rule of thumb, as well I look at it, is that if there's a lake, there's an alligator. That's how it works over here in Florida. So don't get in a lake, but what you can get in instead is where we're heading past right now. And these are the individual hotel pools. So of course, the hotel itself has got a main pool in the main middle bit, which we will be heading to literally next up on our tour. But in addition to this, each section, apart from actually the Grand Casino Tower, which is a bit unusual, has got their very own little mini pool. Now this is perfect. It is open like the rest of them. I think from 10 to 11 exactly. 10 in the morning
really
to 11 at night.
Because we bought back here before at like midnight and there's still people in the pool. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think the main one is a bit different, but this one here, again, it's a nice little area, especially when it's a lot more busy in the other pool, which is currently, you'll see in a bit. So to get down here, you've got all the deck chairs, you've got all the showers, you've got the pool. It's not too deep. We did nip in there a little bit ago and experience it. So it is a pretty good pool, and definitely one which, if you are not so social on enjoyable activities and stuff, you can go in and it's a lot more quiet and enjoy it. So,
however, if you're doing the activities in the main pool, my best suggestion is go very early morning or very late at night, because we were in there a couple of nights ago, maybe not last night, at like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and there was like nobody there. So
yeah, it's a general.
There were people there, but like there was no activities or anything going on.
Yeah, so like, okay, it's a bit more busy right now, but it's a general thing actually. People often assume that with pools, it's a lot quieter than because everyone's at a park. The issue is, however, is that everybody assumes that, meaning that in the middle of the day, the pool can get a lot more busy.
And also as well, check-ins at 3, which right now is 2:42.
Hello. Thank you.
It's 2:42.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So yeah, basically don't go in there checking. Anything near checking is a no-go, because of course, I said earlier, you can check in online, meaning people might arrive a little bit earlier and nip in the pool. So really, the evening is best for us, and I know you're going to mention it, the staff.
Yeah, I mean, they are nice, and like, I mean, cast members are literally crazy.
They're amazing here.
Nice.
I want to point out every single vlog. If you watch the whole Disney World series, I'm so sorry because I mentioned every single one, but they are what made Disney what it is.
Oh yeah, definitely. But also as well, so let's point out is that yeah, there is actually an on-site car park here.
Yes.
So if you do want to bring your car, there is a car park. However, it's £20 each night, and it may not be worth it because it's pretty expensive for a car park, especially when you're staying at the hotel anyway. You don't get included or anything. So we sort of just dropped to the car and just went for the bus service.
Exactly,
there is a bus stop at each of the different locations, of course, in the hotel.
So yeah, basically this car park expands around the whole resort. So it's an absolutely huge car park for starters, and each section you can park literally next to your room. So when we first came over to CALLUM Beach back in 2016, we actually hired a car and it was a lot cheaper to park your car. But really nowadays, you can see the buses go down there. Really nowadays, Disney's aim is to keep you in the park. They don't want you to be getting a car travelling outside. Hence those of like tickets, and then very good. If you order food, for example, they'll store it for you until you come back to your room. They're very good at stuff like that, and that's because they want to keep you in the area. They don't want you to leave the property, and therefore they charge more for the car park. And you can see because of that, it is very empty. But even if you don't have a car, you do not need to fear about transport at all, because just down there you have got the bus stop for the resort. And of course, each different section is bus stop number 4, which is the last bus stop on the route. However, weirdly enough, it actually starts at bus stop 2 and then goes ends at bus stop 1, because obviously it goes down to Grand Casino Tower at the end.
You get a coach, which I do sometimes have instead of the buses, just as like if like one.
It's very busy.
It is busy, but also as well they do actually start off at bus stop 1, which is a little bit strange, and they end at 4. So I don't really know why it is, but
no.
it is.
It's a very little bit unusual to be honest with you, but at the end of the day, buses come out every 20 minutes, so as long as you can get in the queue, and they do actually have on the app, you can actually look at what time the buses come.
However,
but
they're never right.
Throughout the last 14 days, we've just learned just not to use that. As soon as the queue times,
like 15 minutes
just
wrong.
When you're ready, get out, see the bus stop. Worst case scenario, you miss the bus by a second, you wait another 20 minutes. If you want to have a guideline, then that's good, but if not, I really wouldn't worry too much. as far as the washing goes as well, and as we're more interested in this, personally, Mum and Dad did wash it for us, so that's why. But there is washing machines down there and tumble dryers, and I know you have to pay for them.
Yeah, $3 each.
$3 each. So again, it's one of those things where you're on holiday, you don't want to have to worry too much. Put your washing in there, nip down to the pool. I know it takes an hour because we started to
leave it in there.
Leave it in there and just enjoy the side. But to be honest, if you're coming here for a short time, just bring some more clothes. To be honest, it's got so many things to offer, not only at the hotel, but at the whole place in general. So personally, I'll try avoiding the washing if you can, but if you want to use it, it is there. And here's the grass though, it's very nice grass.
Very nice. And if you have no options like we do, because you have 3 weeks out here, like, yeah, might as well.
Exactly, yeah. But here we now make our way round past more of the Cabanas hotel area, and this is only one of the properties over here at this resort. I mean, it is absolutely huge. We will, of course, won't literally film as we walk around the whole mile stretch of the place, but as it's quite action-packed in these sections, we'll make sure to film as much as we can. There'll be parts of each hotel as well. So for example, around here there's another big block that goes just down there, but it has the same design of this place, and so we will just make our way around and show you the basics of this hotel, because if we were going to show you every little bit, we'd literally be here for like a 2-hour travel vlog. I mean, it would be absolutely crazy, but it is an absolutely phenomenal hotel. There are so many different things to do here, and personally, you can make a judge of where you'd rather stay, but for us, I think before we came here, you wanted ranchos.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad, I think, wanted Casitas, and I actually wanted Cabanas, funny enough. And we decided not to put it anywhere. There's a little bit of a sign. We decided not to put it anywhere, any requests or anything, and see where we end up. Of course, you have to pay extra to go in the Grand Casino Tower. Just now, there's a bit of nowhere. And actually, we ended up going to Cabanas. I think we all decided it's the best area.
Yeah, I mean, we actually prefer like sort of like cabin style, or even 2 floors and like 10 floors, whatever that's got. I don't know, 8 floors maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we actually prefer like smaller blocks, and like because you feel more away from everything. But yeah, I mean, it is nice as well.
It is all very nice. I think it depends on what you like, but here's a quick map look of it. I don't know if the light can get them properly, but it is absolutely, you can see the car parks, how big cars are down here, and all different areas. There's a massive conservation centre as well in there, where of course we will show you a little bit later on, but that's where all the events are. Then you've got the Casitas here, ranches here, and we've just basically covered the Cabanas here, and now making our way up to the dig site here. And also each of the areas around here is also connected by these bridges. So we're going to take a long way around to show you all of it. However, there's many bridges. I can't remember how many exactly there are, but I know there's a restaurant in the middle of it, which we just go one evening on our trip
like
on Jane's parents' wedding anniversary, which is basically a bar, the end of the grill, so you can get a bit of food and have a drink. And personally, out of all the bar areas, I personally choose to go to that one in the middle, because the one in the hotels, they're nice, but they're not as unique as that. And from there, you can also go and watch the fireworks, which is also very, very cool.
And in terms of opening times, that one shuts at 12 o'clock.
And that's what, yes, we know that one out as well.
We don't know opening times because we didn't actually go there when it opened, so
yes.
I know it's 12 at night though.
As we've been talking, we've now made our way over towards the next part of our tour, and this is actually the pool. And I always feel a bit funny about filming inside of a pool, because I feel like it's a bit weird at times, taking you inside of there and showing you there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you in here, I'm going to show you a few clips from around the area, but there's not just the pool over here at the resort. You've also got many volleyball courts, which is very, very hard, in addition to much, much more. But as you can see as well, by it, 10 to 11, similar to the other one. And in addition to this, pools and spas are exclusively for hotel guests, and it applies to every single hotel around the whole Disney property, meaning that other people can't go in there. Realistically, there's no lock on the door. I think there's some that have locks in it, but no locked door. So realistically you could, but I think it's only fair and morally you should only go to the pool of your hotel, because otherwise it gets busy. And as you're ready to see other clips in a sec, this one gets very, very busy too. So no further ado, I'll show you some clips of the pool with the awesome slide too. I'm going to catch up with you as we continue our tour around the hotel. Well, there you go guys, from the pool, and as you can see from over there, it is so full of people, but also it's a really nice atmosphere at the same time, and you can hear music in the background, some a little bit louder. However, that is just such a nice area to chill out, hang out with your family. There's also a little pool bar over here, some little ping pong tables just down here, foosball, some more for Connect 4. You've also got a little arcade as well as restrooms in there. as well as a bar. So it is literally, this middle area here, and I think it's called the Dig Zone, is jam-packed full of so many activities and things to do for hotel guests. So if you're coming here, and I would personally suggest going at the end of the day because all of it is empty and you can use it all, you are sure to have an amazing time. But if you want a lot of people and the people that are fun doing loads of activities with everyone, come in Memorial Day as it is action-packed full of many staff members and things like that with a recreation team. So if you're coming here and you want to enjoy yourself, come any time of day, but if you're coming here for the activities, go in the middle.
However, I can't believe we're actually about to enter the arcade now, but to show you everything we might as well.
Well then, I think I'm arcade. But personally, again, you have a most magical place on earth, so it's not the biggest thing for me, and there you go, you've had enough. Let's go. There you go, that's the arcade, but you haven't mentioned this cool place on earth.
You're gonna guess, you don't use for long in arcades? No. Very quick.
And the interesting thing as well is that if you do need a toilet, I want to point out now, because I went yesterday, you have to also use your magic band to get into the toilet. So if you're in the pool, don't think that you're not going to be able to. And of course, that is so people who's not from this hotel cannot go into the toilets. For that reason is that because they can't change toilets to go to the pool. So be aware of that. Here we go now, past the pool bar, and from here, all I'm going to warn you is be prepared that whatever's on the menu on the app is not all here, because I wanted a chicken burger. We went over here and it actually wasn't all on there, so be prepared when coming here, but not everything on the menu is from the pool bar. They do some really good food, it's a nice little snack. It's not as good as the restaurant over there, but if you buy the pool meal a day, you're going to quick and light, that is a perfect place to grab one. In addition to that, near the pool, and another thing, believe it or not, you've also got a volleyball court. And on our first few days of coming over here towards the hotel, we did actually play with volleyball, and let's just say it's next to impossible. Especially us from the UK, we never play volleyball at all, so for us it was incredibly hard to play. It's such a fun sport and really, really good. But if you can't play volleyball, believe it or not, we've got something else. Just down here we've got a little volleyball thing for the youngsters out there, and this is where we actually did well on. Basically, you chuck a ball, you bounce it, and then the other person grabs it and bounces it back. And that thing, we still find it hard to use somehow, but it is very, very good fun. I think I was going to give a little bounce on it. Ready for it? You're going to give it a little bounce, and exactly, well, I did better than that, don't worry, we're not all that bad. However, that's another little fun thing to do over here at the area. So if you're coming over here, make sure to use all the facilities, enjoy the place, because it really is full of so much. And people who come here and just do the parks are definitely missing out on some things, because there's really some absolutely amazing facilities around this area. But here is the main dig site, and trust me, you haven't got this at every single part of the hotel. However, there's still many more activities as we make our way around. And next up, we're going to be making our way down towards the Rancho, which is just round the bend right now. This area is furthest back from the main area itself. So to be honest, I think it's quite nice having the secludity of the area. But if you want to get to places quickly, personally, even the Cabanas, the Grand Casino Tower, or the Casitas are probably better, because it means that you can get to the bus stops quickly, it means that you can also use the facilities nearby quickly, and overall it's really, really good. However, this is where JAYDEN stayed, in fact, when he came over towards the hotel, and he absolutely loved it. Once again, there is a bus stop further down this area, so you don't need to fear too much about trying to get to the front. However, if you follow on to the beginning and want to get to the bus stop number 1, you're going to walk all the way up there towards there. So not awful, but it is still a little bit distance away. But we are running a little bit late on time right now, so we're going to walk a little bit faster around this area. We're just going to grab our taxi. But the dig site, do you like it?
Oh yeah, it's actually pretty decent. It was alright.
Exactly, it's alright. To be honest, it is a theme park, so you can't expect too much. However, it is still really, really nice to actually use the facilities around here and use it all up. Nevertheless, here we now go up towards the Ranchos, and as we only arrived, it has a very sort of like big fundamental theme towards it.
Like Frontierland, like, this is the reason why I originally wanted to stay here. However, it doesn't look the same as it does on photos, so
no.
It still looks very nice, don't worry, like, very, very nice. I think this is my favourite personally. However, it wasn't as great as expected. Basically, I thought it'd be like there's rock work around, everything like that, when actually there's not much rock work. It's more of like just a Mexican sort of course, Rancho sort of style hotel. But I did think there'd be a little bit of rock work, but you know, it's still really nice, and it's probably my favourite, I guess. But
yeah, and also unlike the Cabanas, this one has got 3 floors, and this one actually over here has actually got 4 floors, so be prepared when coming. If you want to be near the bottom, the Cabanas have 2, Ranchos have 3, and the Casitas have 4. And the Grand Casino Tower probably has like 20, so if you're scared of heights... Is it 8? Is it 10? Oh, we're produced in New York, into New York at the start of this, just really easy.
And like, I don't know how many floors that had.
We were on like 413, it was a low one, so it's not that bad. But again, higher floors again offer a good view, lower floors offer quick amenities, and also there is no actual balconies with the room. However, if you are further up, as you can see, it's kind of like a mini balcony, to be honest. It's like, you don't get the secluded, you don't get feel with you, but to be honest, along the top of here, if you can look over there, it kind of feels like a balcony in your front. If you want to sit out there, I don't know if you have like a deck chair in your room or something, I don't know how you'd bring that along, but if you did bring one along, you could always
used to do that in like Caravan Beach. We used to go out in the morning.
We used to go out and just sit
5 in the morning.
We just go out in the morning, sit out there on our laptops off on the little balcony area, and it's all again so secluded, this whole area. I mean, in particular the ranches, if you look around, there's no one here. I mean,
and if you can see what I mean, sorry, but if you can see what I mean, by Big Santa Mountain.
Yeah, you can see the rocks here. Do you love the rock work? And this is an exact example of that.
I love rock work.
It is so good, but it is actually, you can see like even the room number 6337, it is absolutely massive. However, at the moment the pool round here is currently going under refurbishment, meaning that we cannot get exactly towards the pool fully, but we can still show you the layout of the pool and then head over towards our next area on our tour, the Casitas. But it's been awesome so far. This was amazing, and overall it is really good.
And also as well, there is one with 2 floors over here as well. So
yeah, there you go.
It's mainly 3 floors, but there are some with 2 floors.
And I was want to point out as well, the bus stop, that one is just through the trees. Goodbye ranchos, and hello to our next area, the Casitas. I'm going to walk a little bit faster now, because currently we're not only running a little bit late, but we're actually running extremely late, because we've now got like 5 minutes to have to go for a taxi. So I will go around as quick as I can, but still make sure I do a detailed tour for you guys. And so to start off with, I want to point out this area on the pool here, and I have got some clips from earlier, but basically this is a lovely restaurant and bar, as I mentioned earlier, but you can sit across the lake. I thought it's called 7 Bridges, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong because it's not 7 Bridges.
I don't know.
I think it's 4 Bridges. I think it's 4 Bridges maybe. I don't know.
Completely wrong.
Village Lego, there you go. But yeah, lovely place to sit down and enjoy all of the lovely views across the lake.
And also as well, so it's point out a minute ago, they had some wine testing right thing, and we just got past obviously, but it looks quite interesting for any of you who actually like stuff like that. So,
yeah, they do so many activities over here you can enjoy. Not just in the park, but also in the hotel as well, as you can see. But sitting down there, looking across the lake, and especially at night, I'm pretty sure it's the Epcot fireworks things as well, what you can watch.
Yeah,
so
we did see some fireworks.
So if you get in there, you can also watch the Epcot fireworks, which
possibly has some Magic Kingdom.
Magic's a long way out over. I don't know, you might be able to, we'll have to find out later on though. But here now go to the Casitas, and as you can see, this is the biggest area out of the other ones. This is actually the first block that was made under this hotel, and since this one, you've had all the other ones built. So this is really the start of the hotel, which is quite cool when you think about it.
Yeah, no, this is personally my least favourite, but still,
exactly.
It is really nice though.
Exactly, they're all got really nice designs, they're all really well done, and this is actually probably the biggest as well when you think about it room-wise, because it does go on for quite a while, but this is where you get the bus from to go to the parks as quick as you can. So make your way through here and really just stand at a little gap that you can see around here.
It's basically just like a double-floored cabanas basically, that's what I can sort of explain it as.
Yeah.
But I like sort of like smaller sort of hotels.
Yeah, it's very big, very grand, especially if you're like, I don't know, if you've gone like an event, I think there was like an event on recently here as well.
Yeah, and today actually.
And they're all actually staying over in this section around here, so if you're going to something like big like that, then this is also awesome. And actually as far as the buses go, as well as the facilities, this is actually the closest hotel, with of course Grand Casino Tower being just down there,
yes, the bus will come here
as
first.
well as the bus stop down here, which to come to first.
And that's the biggest point of this race, this bit ahead.
There's the pool.
The bus actually, the bus actually comes here first. So if you, to be honest, it may just be worth recommending this one here, and sort of just ask to stay in here.
If it's all about convenience, here's the one basically.
100%, yeah.
If you're not so fussed about rushing around like that. But I never actually was vlogging because it's one of the Dolphin Hotel. There you go. We're doing something new for our vlog. So it's one of the Dolphin just down there.
You can actually exit Everest over in Disney's Animal Kingdom as
yeah,
well.
actually this way around as well. Actually, yeah, so that's how close you are to the park. You're very close to it, but you're also in the middle, which is very nice as well. Because unlike some hotels nowadays, but you feel like you're surrounded by them, especially Caribbean Beach, since all the cable cars have been put into it. This one here, you still feel as if you're in this Mexican paradise, full of all of this lovely fountain work, the trees, as well as, of course, the buildings as well. And then finally, in the Casitas area, you've also got a health club, which in other words is basically a gym. And we had a look around there earlier. Basically, it's your typical gym. It's got a treadmill and it's got something like that inside. Oh, and I guess there's a salon here too.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, that's the thing, like, I know we can't film every single detail for you, and I'm really sorry about that because obviously we've got to get back on the taxi, go to the airport and end it.
Sort of prioritise like the park days and actually film the full park day.
This place is huge. I mean, we've been here for 14 days and we still haven't really uncovered everything about this hotel.
Yeah, it's incredible, like, they're so nice, everything's done perfectly, like, anything at Disney is done, but...
Yeah, it's done really, really, really well, and the whole place just looks so stylish, and a lot of those animals as well, I say. So be careful where you step, because, I mean, when I say they're everywhere, I mean, they are absolutely everywhere. But if you've enjoyed the video so far, I want to see more like this, probably at a bit of a slower pace, to be honest, than we are doing right now. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment down below, as it means the absolute world to us. It means we can do more videos just like this one here. But look at this. This is something just every day. The Casitas area has got lots of little courtyards, which are very nice. Yeah, that's like a big point of this as well. Like, a lot of it's a bit like sort of courtyardy, which is quite nice, and I know a lot of people like that, so it's quite nice. It's very, very nice indeed. But now we finally make it over after getting around a whole mile around there, and we've already to go so that's more than half an hour to do that. We have made it over towards the original area which used to enter into the hotel by. And when we came back in 2016, we actually entered via this entrance. So this whole Grand Casino Tower and the lobby we showed you earlier wasn't actually originally here. It was actually only this bit here. So we're going to head through here, show you a little bit of restaurants, because they've got two main restaurants over in here. And yeah, a bit of times are a little bit confusing, because it gets really busy at points and they just shut it straight away. Yeah, like normally it's when it gets busy, which is quite unusual. However, if you make our way just down here, I'm pretty sure this is an entrance into it. Yeah. This is the Mayor Grill. So, go through here. Oh, it's nice there. You can see there's a real sit-down restaurant down there. And there's the aircon, which is very nice. And then this is the restaurant, which is like a quick serve one. You get some lovely steak sandwiches. Philly steak sandwich, that's what we've got to ask for down there, which is really, really good. And then just down the end of here is the Rick's, which is kind of like a sporting restaurant. Yeah. And I feel like this kind of hotel is very sporty as well in some sense, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah. Not as far as, of course, all sports, which is very sporty. I think like lots of like the teams who come down and play in the courts down here and stuff, stay in the Grand Casino Tower. And I'm going to get a bit of a merch right now, which will be showing you a quick glimpse of the shop as we do pass it. But yeah, the opening times for these restaurants are very confusing, and even this little bakery area down here, not open now, but it opens at some point. So it'll probably have, I'm not exactly sure this year, it'll probably put up 4 in the morning. Yeah, no, exactly. Like 7 mornings to 12 post. Well, I don't know where it opened, does it? There you go. But yeah, basically that's that. Then through here, you can see there's a shop up here. You've got one of the 3 Caballeros again up there. And we're going to get going right now because my parents are calling me, hurrying me up. But basically, as we continue to go around here, you then head down. And this is actually where the old lobby area used to be for the hotel. It looks very like a lobby style. Yeah, and now it's basically a nice dinner. I think that's really nice. Instead of making it like another restaurant or like that, it's just another more quiet and secluded area. It's so weird, I remember. Yeah, I know, it's like you can imagine it. But yeah, basically, in addition to all of the stuff in the Grand Casino Tower, you can also sit down and relax around here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make our way down this corridor, and trust me, it's probably one of the longest corridors that I've been at. It feels a really long way to get around here, over towards the Grand Casino Tower. Except for the one on like Mission Space. Yeah, that's the longest corridor. I mean, that's not ridiculously long. So you go around the whole building, it's the same Exactly, we're going to make our way around here, so it just keeps on going. It's good on. It's a very long corridor. We're going to go down here, over towards the Grand Casino Tower. We'll then show you a few more clips, and then hopefully, maybe even in the airport, to be honest, end this vlog with a final review of how the entire place has been. But this has been a very big whistle-stop tour of a hotel, and I hope when watching this you've been able to decide what area you want to stay in, whether or not to stay in the hotel. We would recommend staying in the hotel, and so much more. But just through here, so it keeps on going. I don't know, it's very basic, but there are lifts as well. There are lifts. This is the Grand Casino Tower, of course, going up to the top. But there you go. Let's go up now. Here we are back in the lobby area after a quick whistle-stop tour of the hotel. Well, there you go from our hotel vlog, and I said it, we are now over here in Orlando International Airport, and literally it was very rushed, and I really do want to apologise for that, as I hope the hotel vlog will be a lot more leisurely. I'll show you a lot more. However, I do hope that I covered enough for you guys and you did really enjoy it, because I was tempted not to post it. However, if I did, it's because I felt like there's enough there to show you, and I hope that you guys enjoyed what we had to cover, and I do apologise once again. But admit it was a little bit rushed near the end. However, it was a phenomenal hotel. Stayed there for 14 nights, had an absolutely phenomenal time, and overall, I couldn't say a better hotel to stay at. It wasn't cheap, do not get me wrong, but with the instant bus transfers into the park, the amazing facilities that you obviously saw, as well as the rooms being so comfortable, I would easily stay there again and again and again, and I can see why it's lots of Disney enthusiasts' favourite hotel. So there you go from my view on it. Baden, did you enjoy your stay?
Oh yeah, it was really nice. Honestly, that hotel was lovely. Originally, I was thinking because like the Mexican theming, I was thinking it's gonna be my favourite because I just really like that style of theming. Even though I don't like the culture and stuff out there, I was thinking it's gonna be great. And then we got there and it was actually really nice. Unfortunately, the only negative is there's no shade at all, and that's the biggest negative about it. However, you're not really walking around that much out there, so you're gonna be in the room most of the time. Obviously, going to sleep or whatever, but you know, it's actually a really nice hotel. Again, really comfy. However, the bus times, again, they're a little bit iffy for most of the times anyway. But it's Disney Hotel, they're always lovely.
Exactly. One thing you can guarantee, even if you're not staying over at Coronado, the Disney hotels have something about them. Not only the amazing transport you can get, but just the hotel in general is so nice. The Disney touches just make it on a Disney holiday. And overall, despite being in the middle of Orlando, it feels like you're on a tropical beach. I mean, it was unbelievable being there. It's such a magical place. The staff was so friendly, and overall it was amazing. My parents have enjoyed it. They're currently in the bags, but just stay. Yeah, they loved it too. But there you go from me, Tom Derrick, from our hotel vlog over at Coronado Springs. And I hope you've enjoyed it. It was very quick. It was all filmed throughout today, as when those spare moments where I could. So once again, I do want to really apologise to you guys. But if you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and comment down below. But with all that said, that is it, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Goodbye Coronado Springs, and goodbye Florida from over here at the airport, and goodbye you guys. See you later.